Just what makes that little old man think he'll move that rubber tree plant? 'Cause everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. For every time you're feeling low, just remember that. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. Ladies and gentlemen, as most of you know, my name is Jimmy John McCabe, and I have the honor of introducing Ed tonight for his upcoming campaign for the mayor of the city of Binghamton.
Where about?
When I was first informed that Ed was running, I had to ask myself, what do I really think? Do I think that he can win this race? And after I thought about it for a little bit, the answer was yes. And here's why. The pleasure of working for him, his wife, and his father for the last 8 years. And I know for a fact that there is no man in this town that has taken the shirt off his back for people more than Ed. I'm not just talking about all of us that live alone or hung out at the establishment. I'm talking about all the countless events that Ed called me and Dan Pokerak to organize music for, and called on all of you to come out to Big Roast and everything to raise money. And we raised thousands of dollars over the years for the SOS shelter, Chow, Food Pantry, the Leukemia Society, the Open Door Mission in Owego. Now we also have a 3-day event for flood relief for the last flood. We raised a lot of money for people, and we all did this because Ed had the presence of mind and asked us to do it. We did. Thank you, Ed. Didn't also go to charities, it also went to our friends. When our friend Dwayne had a stroke recently, he called on us immediately to come together and help him and Kim. We did. When Jake and Jen lost their brother out in California, and he was asked all of us to help raise the money to get them out there, we did. Even when he lost his daughter, or his daughter said we all did that for everything. When our dear friend Kenny died last year, Ed made sure that 40 of us had the opportunity to go to Massachusetts and attend that funeral. Thank you, Ed. 40. Make this short. As far as the family, man, a lot of respect for Ed and the respect that his children have for him, Eddie and Darcy. It's obvious. Eddie's going to have the same thing, and his beautiful wife, Lauren. I can't think of anyone who would be a better first lady for the city of, for the big city. Absolutely. I also want to say that as far as the bar is concerned, I mean, I'm just saying this on my behalf because I worked there for so long. It's pretty cool to see everyone in this town get together. I'm not from here, but to work there for so long and see so many different people come together, there's no place like it. And that's all because of him, obviously, and because of us. But for all the years that I've worked there, it's only grown and grown. More people come in, from locals to the SUNY grads and everything. It's anyone better in this town to keep bringing those people together than I did. So. I'm also saying this on our behalf. I mean, no offense to Bucci or Matt Ryan, because I voted for him twice, but it's nice to think that there'd be a mayor in office that was a Mets fan, being that we do have a double A. The Yankee ring will be over, sorry to say, but it would be a lovely thing for me, being a Sox fan. Last thing I'm going to say, as far as political experience, I mean, you could say that he doesn't have any, but I think he has more than everyone else that's running, if you ask me. So I'm pretty happy to support this guy, folks. Who better to bring this community together for the next 4 years, and hopefully the next 4 years after that, right? Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, your friend, and the next mayor of the city of Binghamton, New York, Ed Hickey.
Boy, is it working? Boy, how things have come full circle when Jimmy John McCabe is introducing me instead of me introducing him. A couple things he said are definitely not true. As far as me giving the shirt off my back, I, until recently, was that guy that wore his shirt when I was in the swimming pool on boats and other places. I never got my shirt off my back when there were people around. As far as all the what we did, he's right, we did it. I didn't do any of that fundraising. We did the fundraising. When we came up with ideas to raise money for people who needed it, for causes that needed money, needed support, I have a support group that I'm so proud of that when I'd say, hey, let's try to help this guy, people lined up behind me and we all did it together. It wasn't me, it was us. And as far as that goes, it's we and us that are going to get me in the mayor's office because I can't do it myself. I need you guys to help and I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank the American Legion for letting us use this beautiful hall for the night. It's quite an honor to even be here, to be on this stage and see all the people on the walls. It's kind of humbling, but we're here. We got it, so power to us. All right. I just want to introduce myself. I'm obviously Ed Hickey, and I'm running for mayor, the Republican nomination. And this is my family's hometown. My mother and father were both born here. I was born here in 1967 at City Hospital. It's now Binghamton General. I grew up on the north side of Endicott. My mother grew up on the south side of Binghamton. Her father was Dr. D'Angelo. My father grew up on the east side. His father was a welder, the hardest working man I've ever known. My memories of my childhood are kind of simple. I remember going to the Z pool as a little kid on the north side. I remember running the merry-go-round as soon as I could, playing CYO baseball in Endicott, CYO basketball. I remember putting on ankle weights so I'd weigh enough to play football for the Boys and Girls Club when I was in 5th grade. My world changed a lot in 1979 when my parents got divorced and my mom took me and my sisters, Julie and Colleen, down to Maryland. We were in Prince George's County and it was a lot different than this area. There were no parks for kids, there were no children's programs, and I realized that it was pretty easy to get lost, and a lot of my friends got lost without the goals and the things that we have around here, and I used to take for granted when I was a kid. In my sophomore year in high school, I made the varsity baseball team, and in hindsight, it was then that I learned the importance of structure in an adolescent's life. I moved back in the early 90s. I had a number of jobs in town and out of town. I got married to the mother of my beautiful children, Eddie and Darcy, and we all moved to Syracuse in 1997. I came back in September of 2002. Everything changed. In October, I was in a car accident that left me kind of screwed up. I had a broken neck and woke up with a priest giving me last rites, and I kind of changed my outlook on the world, and it was kind of detrimental for a while, but I got a lot of stuff done in those years. I now realize that I was living for the moment instead of the future, and I think that was kind of screwed up. I was taking for granted a lot of things going on around me. I'm really happy that I still had the opportunity to be part of all the things Jimmy John said. Just a small part. We were all small parts, but if you put enough small parts together, you get a pretty big machine, and that's what we did, and that's what I'm hoping that we do for my mayoral race. I realized at some point when my little son Aiden was born that I had to change my ways, that if I continued on the path I was on, I wouldn't get to see him grow up the way I get to see my other children grow up. And it was kind of a wake-up call. I rededicated myself to my family, my business, and my community. And that's kind of how I ended up here tonight. That's why I'm here. Saying that I ate too much, drank too much, and laughed too much is an understatement. I put the eating and the drinking on the back burner. It's in my rearview mirror now. Now I'm just committed to making a difference in my town, my hometown. That's my goal, to make a big difference. Today I set on a new journey to bring this town back. I can't do it without your help, and I hope that you'll forgive me, not for the mistakes that I made, but also for the opportunities we missed, or I missed. I can only imagine the great things that I could have accomplished had I had my head in the game. Now I know that we can come together and bring back Binghamton. together we can create an easier path for small businesses. This could be something as easy as a streamlined permit process where people can just go online or go somewhere and get all of the things they need to start a business. It could be something as simple as a glove box guide to rules and regulations of given industries, where you have a small little guide that will tell you when you need to do things and what you need to do to start your business and to make your dreams come true. Which will send an email or a text message a week before certain business taxes or filings are due. I promise that with an Ed Hickey administration in City Hall, starting a business in this area will be easier than anywhere else in New York State. Mentorship programs and internship programs. I feel that the seniors deserve a meaningful interaction in government and should be encouraged to remain involved in the workings of the town that they built. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the children. I've already spoken to some people in charge with youth activities in Binghamton, and we agree. The children are an integral part of the infrastructure of our town, just as important as the bridges and the roads. The children are the building blocks of the future. For more involvement in after-school programs, youth leadership programs. We must push for more involvement in the Boys and Girls Clubs, and city leagues need to start popping up all over town, run by volunteers and paid for by corporate sponsors, saving the taxpayers money. Yes. I feel like everyone deserves the same opportunities as the generations before them. I plan on waking up the Parks and Rec Department. I will have floating festivals, at least one festival every weekend in one of the many parks in our fine city. There will be monthly festivals celebrating one of the many ethnicities that make up our town. People will get to experience the culture, food, and lifestyles of the world and hopefully get a better understanding of their neighbors. We have some amazing artists in this town, and these festivals will give the musicians, the poets, the painters, and everyone in between a showcase for their talents, and give a reason to stay in town, to return home to our hometown after college, or move here from surrounding communities. Most importantly, I plan on winning the Republican nomination on September 10th. I then plan on winning the general election on November 5th. And on November 6th, I plan on beginning to hammer out the details of the Yagata Regatta, because that baby's coming back. Now we got the Slippery Gap Boys are going to play some awesome music for us.